whenever I want to do a video presentation, I get so excited. All of a sudden, everything goes complicated. Anyway, I got the things right, so I will start mentioning a few things. You want to learn Turkish. Of course, your first step is the alphabet. In the Facebook group, I'm always mentioning, watch the videos on our YouTube channel. Learn Turkish. And I'm always whispering to use personal computer instead of something mobile. Because in this case, even if you are checking your Facebook, you will be able to see the pinned post, which is containing the videos in. And then another thing is, on the mobile, you would only see, the summary of the post and also the last comment you would see. The rest you're gonna miss. In this case, instead of using mobile, please use bigger screen. And whenever you sit down, definitely get pen and paper in hand, but write everything. That's what I'm always saying it. When you write, your eyes, your ears, your brain, your muscles, and while you're writing, if you read it out loud, then of course your even face muscles are working. And when you attempt to talk to somebody, then your muscles doesn't get the spasm. Those are, of course, the little clues. And I'm always very excited while I'm doing any video presentation. I don't know if everyone the same. Right, after mentioning this, alphabet. Turkish letters. Okay, we don't have these letters. W, X, and Q. We don't have them. But we have these letters. Seems different, but they are very easy to remember. If you watch the videos, of course, you will see even how we pronounce and everything. I'm not this video I'm gonna do only giving little tips, what to do, what not to do. Please watch all the videos on YouTube because there are plenty examples in them and plenty tips. Most of the time, of course, everyone thinking of vowel harmony. We have two different vowel groups. To make it easy remember, I'm calling them dotted one, which is E, I, Ö, and Ü. E, I, Ö, Ü. E, I, ü. To get the pronunciation right, of course, you will read the Turkish words. In this case, they sound much better. This one, dotted group, of course, the letters has dot on them. Yeah. Imagine E has a dot as well on it. Of course, it hasn't got, but it is belong to this group. So this is an exception. You can easily remember. It's only one letter. And the undotted group is A, I, O, and U. A, I, O, and U. Sometimes people thinking of that, too long. Which one was it, that or undot, blah, blah. You don't need to think that much because we want you to speak the language. The rest of the thing, the details, comes in time, and even if it's not right, still no worries because you're still sounding the same. I'll give an example for that. In English, of course, when you see this word, the vowels are not there. But of course, if you know the language, you realize straight away what that word is. Don't you? You do. Another one. Vowel, and then the other letters. Did you realize which word is that? Or this one? Same in Turkish. For example, kitap. There is plural, singular. Plural getting, when we want to do something plural, it takes ler or lar. In this case, we are looking at the last syllable of the word. If it's undotted group, then, of course, our vowel pointer gonna be A. If it was dotted group belong to, then it was going to be E. It is that simple. And if you don't remember, it still doesn't matter because while you're reading this one, you will still sound the same. Kitaplar. Because it's a harmony, even your mouth while you're talking, it does it automatically. Kitaplar. If you pronounce this letter properly, which is A, kitaplar. When you try to say kitapler, then of course, even your mouth and your muscles on your face struggling. So without any letter, let's read it. If you, as I told you, if you pronounce that letter A correctly, then of course the ler or lar, LR, It doesn't matter which letter there in the middle as a vowel. Kitaplar. Kitap is book, by the way. Or defter, which is notebook. Defter. If you pronounce the last syllables vowel correctly, defter, then to make it plural, you know, if you remember the LR, your mouth does the job automatically, depending on if you're pronouncing this vowel, the last vowel in the word, correct. Defterler. I'm not gonna waste too much time on this one. It was only a clue. By the way, I have a sore throat, so sometimes if I cough, please don't mind. In any language, of course, we are learning most of the time. The first one is personal pronouns. But while you're studying, always take pen and paper in hand and write. Write everything. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and sing this song. While I was learning the language, I was doing it. I was singing it. I was making a song with them. For example, we have 6 of them. O, including all of them. He, she, it. It is only O in Turkish. Let's sing a song. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. In time, you'll get the routine. You're not gonna think, and you're gonna sing it straight away. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. These are personal suffixes. They are telling us who the person is. That is why sometimes, of course, the expats who are living here, of course, they are saying iyiyim, but they don't know that im is a personal suffix, and they are telling actually they are good. They only learn iyiyim as just one word. Personal suffixes. They are telling us who the person is. It's quite similar, this one. The first person, I belong to. Yeah. It is like I am. M is there. Yeah. If you check the letters, sen, and this one, it is going to be, of course, sin. It looks similar. I'm not gonna give all the information here because I've done these studies and put on YouTube already. You'll watch there. And when I start, I can never stop because my mind just going. Here, the things you should do, you always need to write and speak and sing a song. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. The rest will come in time very quick. Here, the personal suffixes. There is a complete video about this one. Please have a look at them. In Turkish, m, mi, mu, mu, written separate. That's why it is called question particle. That makes the sentence question. This one. And you will see it as mu, mi, mu, mu, depending on vowel harmony. But as I said, if you are pronouncing the vowel in the last syllable of the word correct, then of course you don't need to worry about, if it's gonna be mu, mi, mu, mu. Same with this one. This is a past tense. To make it past tense suffix, it really doesn't matter, because many times they are mentioning consonant mutation, consonant assimilation. Yeah. For example, let's do a thing for that. Example. Bırakmak, leave. Even to any Turkish people, even if you say bıraktım or bıraktım, it sounds the same. What I'm trying to mention here is, don't put yourself in rules. Forget the rules. As long as you know the basics in the grammar, just put it in action. Just talk. Is Turkish easy? I can speak a couple of languages, and if I compare to other languages, yes, Turkish is easy. But the only difference is Turkish is coming from different language family. That makes it a little bit difficult, especially the people in Europe. In Turkish, we don't have article. There is a video on YouTube about that as well. Because of we don't have article, we treat all the nouns same. Even if it's a proper noun or a normal noun. It doesn't matter which one. You will understand if you watch the proper videos on YouTube. You will realize what I'm saying. We did a trick on this one. Many people struggles how to do extended nouns. To make it easy, you will see this buffer in Turkish, by the way. In Turkish, two vowels cannot be written next to each other. They definitely take one consonant in between them. If it's only one word, we call it one word. Then it takes the basic buffer, which is Y, and we pronounce it yeah. Yeah. Two vowels cannot come together. This is a rule. This buffer is that one, basic buffer. Basic buffer used for single nouns. Only one word. If it's a house, house. If it's ev, here for example, these two applied to the extended nouns. In extended nouns, I call with a logic. The first one I call main buffer. So main buffer takes the N to remember easily. The second noun takes S as a buffer. I'm trying to use not many grammatical terms, instead more logical and easy to remember. That kind of terms we are trying to mention. So, house and door, which is ev and kapı. The first main noun takes N. Main buffer. The first word noun takes the first buffer, main buffer, and the second word takes the here, if needed, S, that buffer. I wasn't ready to do this video. That's why sometimes I sound a little bit funny. Please watch that videos. It is explained really well on YouTube. Most of the time, people, of course, thinking of, especially learners, how to remember the words, how can we memorize them and not forget. To do that, of course, the solution is to repeat them always, to write them always. And while writing, to read it. In Turkish, of course, I put a nice video for the tenses. To simplify all the tenses, that is all the tenses you need. This one. All the tenses you need as a beginner. If you watched this video as well on YouTube, you will understand how simple the Turkish ways. There are only suffixes for the tenses, and after that we put the personal suffixes. That's it. This is for the tense. This is the personal suffixes. Because of past tense suffix ending with vowel. That's why it shortens the personal suffixes, still the same things related to other letters if you have a look at it. Let's do quick studies with the examples. How to memorize, how to learn things. That is the study. Turkish already has over 2,000 words from European languages. For example, plan. If you never study Turkish, of course, you will never know we use this word just like it is used in any European language. Plan. Proje. Let's say radio. Let's say sigara. Let's say paket. Let's say nylon. Let's say plastic. We use all them words in Turkish. Of course, beside, you know some Turkish words. Ben, sen, o, biz, siz, onlar. Of course, you know few numbers as well. İstiyorum. Whenever I send any post in Facebook, I most of the time show them as analyzed version with them hyphens. Most of European people, they say the Turkish sentences are upside down. Probably true, but this is how we do it. To do this one easy for yourself, you need to do the conjugation. İstiyorum, istiyorsun, istiyor, istiyoruz, istiyorsunuz, istiyorlar. Let's have a look at the conjugation. Tenses. For each verb, you have to do this kind of conjugations. If it's gelmek, for example, to come. Gelirim, gelirsin, gelir, geliriz, gelirseniz, gelirler. If you do this conjugation for each verb and tense, then you will not struggle even pronouncing or remembering them. Gelirim, gelirsin, gelir, geliriz, gelirsiniz, gelirler. Most of the time, and most of the people, only because of they are lazy, they don't write, they don't read. That's why, of course, they can never start thinking Turkish. Geliyorsun, geliyor, geliyoruz, geliyorsunuz, geliyorlar. You need to write each verb for all the tenses and personal suffixes. In this case, your brain gets in the routine. Geliyorum, geliyorsun, geliyor. Geliyoruz, geliyorsunuz, geliyorlar. Of course, the tenses is shown here. If you watch simplified tenses on YouTube, you will get more information about, how to do. It's very simple. Don't worry. And the future tense. You are still doing the conjugation. Geleceğim. Geleceksin. Gelecek. Geleceğiz. Geleceksiniz. Gelecekler. Of course, you will do same study for past tense as well. As long as you write for each verb, if you do this conjugation, you will never struggle. You will never think, oh, it is upside down, all the sentences, all the words. All you need to do is conjugation. While I was learning German, this conjugation for each verb, saying, I was like singing a song. Ich komme, du kommst, sie es kommt, wir kommen, ihr kommt, sie kommen. I always did this study. If you don't do it, it will never happen. For example, for the past tense. Geldin. Geldi. Geldik. Geldiniz. Geldiler. Please watch that video on YouTube, simplified tenses. You will get plenty clues, and you will never, because many times I'm asking, even in the group or even with private message, people asking questions, and I'm asking them back, if they have watched the videos already. They all say, no, where it is, where is it? So where it is. Go and watch them. If you don't watch them, if you don't study, of course it will never happen. If you want to learn, if you're keen on learning, go and study. Language is not a thing you would pay and get it. We made a different table here. We said, I would come, I come, and I will come. They are all equal. We have to accept this. And then we have only one past tense. Geldim. Even I have come, or even I came, means the same in Turkish. And to put these tenses in the past, we only add this past tense suffix just after the main tense. Look, this is the main tense, and this one is past tense. This is main tense, this is past tense, and these are changing this way. Look, I am going to come, I was going to come. And also we have to accept this is the only future tense. I'm going to come. This is only to simplify all the tenses. Of course, now you see, and you can do the conjugation as well. Gelirdim, I would have come. Because this one was I would come. Gelirim. We put the past tense. Gelirdim. D is there. Just after the main suffix. Look. If you use this one for I would come, now it is I would have come. Look. Let's do the conjugation for that one. Gelirdin. Gelirdi. Gelirdik. Gelirdiniz. Gelirlerdi. Because of I'm using dictation, sometimes, of course, it doesn't recognize the sound very well. It's not because of my pronunciation. Let's do the conjugation for example, I'm coming, geliyorum. Explained here. Watch the videos on YouTube. I'm always gonna repeat this one. And this is how it becomes. And to put this one in the past, into the past, in English we are changing am into was. In Turkish we are putting that one just after the main tense suffix. So geliyordum, I was coming. Geliyordun, Geliyordu. Geliyorduk. Geliyordunuz. Geliyorlardı. Same things happening with this, of course. Ecek or acak. Same. Just comes here. And then we apply past tense suffix just after the main tense suffix. That's it. Of course, because of this one ending with K, this one turns into T. That's another rule. But as I said very at the beginning of the lesson, it doesn't matter even if you put T there or D, you're sounding still the same. Gelecektim, gelecektim, or gelecektim. It doesn't matter. But of course, if it's, we call them strong sounded consonants, which are these letters E, S, T, K, Ç, Ş, H, P. If you realize while I was reading, pronouncing them letters, I'm struggling. It is like, the breath comes out, quite hard. That's why we call them strong sounded consonants. They assimilate the next if the next suffix starting with a consonant, they assimilate them. So they turn into their stronger version, which is T. These letters in strong group, these letters, their softer versions. While you're pronouncing P and B happen in the mouth, happen in the same place. Ç, C, T, D, K turns into, silent G. This is the rule. But as I said, if your issue is only talking the language, it doesn't matter. If you're learning Turkish language in university or whatever, or academic way, in this case, of course, you have to know all of them. But if your issue is talking the language, then it doesn't matter to me and to any Turkish people. If you put here, to pass the exam, you have to know, yes. But to talk, to me or to anyone, it doesn't matter if you say D or D or T. It really doesn't matter. So don't even worry about it. Just say it and let it go. Let's do the conjugation for that one too. Gelecektin. Gelecekti. Gelecektik. Gelecektiniz. Geleceklerdi. So simple. We're only putting this one past tense suffix apply to all of them. And here we call it double past. This was already past. We apply another one here. Here, this is the main suffix. This is the past again. So we call this one double past. For example, if you say I have come, normally, past tense, I have come, and here it turns into I had come in English. So what we do, we apply this one again. But of course, because of the repetition here, to separate the basic buffer comes in between. Let's do the conjugation for this one as well. Geldiydim. Geldiydin. Geldiydi. Geldiydik. Geldiydiniz. Geldilerdi. Before going on Google Hangout, I was really not ready to do any video conference. I wasn't even ready. I didn't even feel it because I've been working yesterday very long hours and thing. That's why probably this one didn't sound very professional, but you're getting the idea. But while learning any language, it is always, of course, work, work, work. Write, write, write. While writing, read out loud, read out loud, read out loud. And use the words in your sentences you already related to. For example, in time, you heard many times Ankara, Istanbul, otobüs, şoför, Fransa, telefon, you know Ben as well. Ankara, look, tablet. Those words, it's gonna help you to understand, to get the idea about the prepositions. When you say, for example, Ankara'dan İstanbul'a. Wow, I'm very useful. Is them all? Probably a new one. Ankara'dan İstanbul'a. Benden sana. İngiltere'den Türkiye'ye. Rusya'dan Türkiye'ye. Radyodan herkese. Ankara'dan İstanbul'a. Benden sana. Here is, this one is from. This one is to. Please watch the video about this one too. You will understand what I mean in time. This one from, and this one to. Rusya'dan Türkiye'ye. Of course, two vowels cannot come together. That's why it takes Y as a buffer, basic buffer in between them. So, radyodan, from the radio. Herkese, to everyone. From the radio to everyone. If you use in your sentences, if you use already known words, of course, it will help you to get the idea about prepositions. And if you write them constantly, dün Ankara'dan İstanbul'a gittim. Dün gece saat 12'de Ankara'dan İstanbul'a gittim. Ankara'dan dün otobüsle geldim. Dün Ankara'dan İstanbul'a gittim. Dün, yesterday. Ankara'dan İstanbul'a. From Ankara to Istanbul. And then gittim, of course. Gitmek. Git is the stem of the word. T is past tense suffix. As I told you, it doesn't matter while talking, even if you say D or T, it doesn't matter. And this one, because of the past tense ending with vowel, shortens the personal suffix, only a letter, gittim. But I should write, of course, with a proper, correct way. Gittim. Gittim. Go. Did. I. Because the M tells us who the person is. I did go. We are reading from right to left. I did go. So easy. Of course, in time, after a couple of weeks, you're not thinking this, oh, go, did I need to do go, did I? No, you don't need to, because you are studying Turkish with the Turkish words, and if you keep writing, then it happens itself. I hope you're getting what I mean. As I said, I wasn't ready today. That's why I don't know. Some of you even can say, you know, what a silly video or whatever. Next time, when I'm ready, I will do quite a nice one. But of course, all the videos about these subjects already taken and put in our YouTube channel. Wish you a nice evening just now. I will write more in Turkish learning group.